Hello, parents. This is Ryan Begley. I'm your child's seventh grade or eighth grade teacher for physical education. Um, if you do not, you just realize that your child does not have me or in seventh or eighth grade. There's two other options it could be. Uh, this is the first time that I am teaching eighth grade physical education. I teach two periods of it, and Mr. Calkins, Marty Calkins, teaches the other five eighth grade physical education health classes. So if you're an eighth grade parent and your child does not have me, maybe click on over to Mr. Calkins and watch his instead. In seventh grade, I am not the only seventh grade physical education health teacher this year. We have a new teacher, River Pitlock, Mr. Pitlock. He teaches seventh grade as well this year. He teaches three periods in the afternoon. So if you realize when you look at the schedule that your child does not have me, then they would have River Pitlock instead. Yes, we are doing similar and very similar and basically the same things, but it would be nice probably to watch his instead to get a face with that as well. But yes, you are with me. My name once again is Ryan Begley. I'm your child's physical education health teacher. This is my 15th year here at SC Gross. Um, I have a bachelor's degree from Loras College and I have a master's degree from Chicago State University. I've been coaching here for many years. Right now, I am coaching eighth grade soccer, which is going on right now. Then I have eighth grade girls basketball, which starts up in the end of December and January when we come back from break. I also run a Warrior Nation summer camp in the summer here at school. Some of the things I've also coached boys basketball before. I've done track and field before. Do lots of different clubs. The club that I have for this fall is the co-ed intramurals basketball club, but I'll do more in the spring as well. Um, with that being said, sorry there. All right, there we go. That's it for this year. Biggest difference is we are back in person this year, so there's no remote for that. If your child does go into remote and is out for a while, there will be a remote option when we're in health. For PE right now, I don't know if there will be much of a remote option. There might be some assignments for them to do, but we will not be streaming into PE for this. So yes, there is no remote for this year. We're back in action this year, back in the gym, back in the health classes. So physical education, which your child's been in right now for seventh and eighth grade. There is one big difference, obviously, than years past, is there's no uniforms for this year. So they're not changing. They're not using the lockers at all. But must thing they have to do is must wear gym shoes. Not had an issue with that at all so far. That's great. But that means there's no slides or sandals or Crocs. They have to be shoes that you can put on that are closed toe that they can wear during PE. I have no issues with that all this year so far, which is really great. I said if they wear sandals, they can bring something with them. That's perfectly fine, but they can't go and just wear there. Doesn't mean they still won't participate. We'll still have them something if it's we think it's unsafe for them to be in sandals. They'll still have to go and walk during that time. They're not going to be able to sit out at all. And the next thing, big thing for this year, we're going to get mask breaks. We've already been doing that basically every day. We get a 5 to 10 minute mask break at some point during the period. Lots of times it's the end. So they always get outside as much as possible, obviously depending on the weather. Speaking of weather, even if it's 50, 40 degrees out, we're going to get outside and get a mask break. We'll be out a lot more this year. So I told them to make sure they understand they need to bring clothes that they can either put on or take off. Like if they think it's cold outside and they're coming to school with hoodies and then they think it's warm, they should be able to take them off and vice versa. So when we get in those months of October, November, we're still trying to get outside for at least a few minutes so we can have a mask break as much as possible. Yes, they are obviously wearing masks during PE. So far, haven't really been a big issue with that. So they've been doing really well with that. So that's a big thing with physical education. We do fitness testing. We'll do our different sports. We're just finishing up this week in our football unit. Then we'll move on to other stuff as well. We try to get as many different things as possible. We'll never stay in a unit or thing every single day. We're doing the same thing. It always will change up more and more as we go. So yes, but the main thing is we will have mask breaks, and we need to make sure that we are wearing gym shoes for our class this year. Health this year is new because obviously last year was all remote. This year we have 6 2-week sessions. So how that works is your child will be in PE for 4 weeks straight, and then they rotate into health for 2 weeks. So in a 6 week span, we have 4 weeks of PE, 2 weeks of health. Right now, eighth grade and seventh grade are both in PE for these first 2 weeks of school. Next week, when we get back after next weekend, on that Monday, eighth grade will go into health, and they'll be in health for 2 weeks. So two of my class that have eighth grade will be in health, along with the other eighth graders in Mr. Calkins' class. Seventh grade will stay in um, P. Then those 2 weeks up, and then seventh grade will go in. So once again, we have 4 weeks of P, 2 weeks of health, and we rotate that throughout the year. With that, with health, we have our own health room, different topics. Some get to both of them: decision making, goal setting, bullying. A lot of seventh grade in there. Sometimes that'll be eighth grade as well. Seventh grade will focus a lot on alcohol. Eighth grade will be a lot on drugs, body systems, more skewed towards seventh grade, and then eighth grade is nutrition. Family peer relationships, we talk about it like that. Diseases can go seventh grade and eighth grade, a lot more focus in eighth grade. CPR is an eighth grade thing. And then sexual education is both seventh, eighth grade. Actually, all sixth, seventh, eighth grade will get that, and that'll come more at the end of the year. So those are a lot of the main topics we do. There's a lot more things that are thrown in there as well, but those are the main ones. Grading wise, or where they're going to get a lot of their assignments this year, is we're going to, in PE and health and all three grade levels, is going to be using Schoology. It's our new way of using online grading and assignments and interacting with the kids as well. Obviously, grades still come through Mastery Connect this year, as we know as a school, but using our system, we're not going to be using Google Classroom this year and PE Health like we did last year. We're going to move into Schoology. That will be our thing that we use for this year. So just once again, PE, we got to have shoes on, mask breaks, health. We're in there every 6 weeks, or after 4 weeks of PE, we run back into health for 2, where we have our own classroom. We're in there, and then obviously we're using Schoology. So those big things for PE and health. Once again, I'm looking forward to a great year with your child. I hope everyone does well. I hope everyone's excited to be back into PE and health. I know myself, as well as the rest of the PE department, is that we're able to be moving and getting our students and your child back into the gym, where they actually get some socialization, get to move around, and I think that's really important for the kids. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email, once again, is rbegley@district95.org. Any time of the day, I'll be able to make sure I get back to you as soon as possible. Hope everyone gets to see everyone around the school throughout this year, and I hope everyone has a great day. Go Warriors.